Jasper, are you ready for a full day of eating Korean food? All right, buddy, let's go in the oven. Guys, relax. I'm obviously joking because Jasper is way too big to fit in the oven. What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing good. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to be doing another full day of eating. Now, I have done many full day of eating videos, full day of eating plant-based, intermittent fasting. But today I thought I would connect with my Korean heritage roots and try making some Korean food. Because the truth is, I have never made Korean food in my entire life. Even when I moved out, I still lived in the same city as my parents, so if I were to visit them, I would always have Korean food there. So I didn't really have an itch for it. But now that I live in a different city from my parents, I have no way to access Korean food unless I make it myself. So that is what I'm going to be experimenting with you today. I don't know if it's going to taste good because, like I mentioned, it's my first time doing it. But first of all, I gotta change this up because I'm not looking Korean at all. So we're gonna take this off. Alright, so now that I look like every other Korean dude, let me educate y'all on some Korean cuisine that I have no experience cooking with. Alright, so the very first thing I'm gonna try and recreate is this like whipped coffee foam beverage. I think it's been really popular lately because of a TikTok video. Alright, so starting off with 2 tablespoons of instant coffee mix. We got 2 tablespoons of white sugar, and then 2 tablespoons of hot water. All right, so here is what the solution is looking like. I'm gonna try to mix everything up before I start really beating it. All right, so this is probably gonna take anywhere from like 15 to 20 minutes. My arm is already very sore. The shit I do for the content and for you guys. You better give this video a thumbs up. You better watch all the ads because I dropped like $100 at the Korean grocery store. But yeah, oh my arm. This is a great at-home quarantine arm workout. Oh my goodness. All right, so I have been beating for about 25 minutes now. This is the consistency where we're at. Definitely thickened up, but it should technically be like soft peaks. However, I can't be bothered. I would say if you are going to do this and you don't have an electronic hand mixer, just borrow it from a neighbor. All right, I'm gonna use some oat milk and then just top it with your coffee foam. Oh my goodness, it's so aesthetic, wow. All right, let's give this a quick mixeroonie. I mean, it tastes like an iced latte. It is definitely like a little bit creamier because of the foam. If you did maybe like drip coffee and then milk and then foam, I think that might be a little bit better, and like used really good coffee for the drip coffee, because for the foam, yeah, you do need to use the instant coffee grounds. But yeah, honestly, it's pretty good. I'll catch you guys when I actually make a full meal. All right, so for my first actual meal, I'm gonna be making some fermented soybean soup. Now, I know the name sounds quite off-putting when you translate it into English. However, it's gonna be good. The recipe looks super simple, and all the recipes are from Mangchi. She's like a sweet little Korean lady that makes recipe videos on YouTube. Highly recommend check her out. But it's gonna be fully vegan, plant-based, and it's gonna be very comforting. It's gonna be good. I hope. All right, so first things first, I'm the realist. Just kidding. I'm gonna cube up a potato and half a zucchini. I'm just gonna make like a single portion size because I don't know if it's gonna be any good. But if it is good, you best believe I'm gonna be making it every single week. Maybe every other week because I'm quite lazy. So technically, I should be making a broth with some like dried anchovy and some like kelp. However, they only sold dried anchovies in like a massive crate, like an industrial sized thing of dried anchovies. Plus, I don't want to like touch the anchovies. I don't want to de-gut it. Plus, I feel like the majority of you guys are not going to have access to dried anchovies. So we're just using water, but you can use like beef stock, chicken stock, vegetable stock, whatever you got around, but water works too. All right, so first time I'm just going to bring the potatoes up to a boil, and then I'm going to add the zucchinis in a little bit because the potatoes are going to take much longer to cook. Jasper, you want a little zucchini end? Can you sit? Can you sit? Good. Here. You like it? Oh, I'm just gonna take it back to my room now. All right, so once you add the remainder of the ingredients and your vegetables are kind of like fork tender, you're gonna add the piece de resistance, the fermented soybean paste. It's usually in like a brown container. The red containers are for the hot pepper paste, and then I believe the green container is like a mix of it, but obviously it depends on the brand. If you're not sure, just ask like the Korean grocery store clerk. But yeah, this is the main ingredient, and I'm not too sure how much I add because this is like a custom amount, but maybe let's start with like 2-3 tablespoons, something like that. All right, so this is what we are looking like now. Ooh, check out those vegetables. So once you let it simmer for a bit, you're just gonna add some salt to taste. But other than that, you're just gonna plate it up, get your rice, get your side dishes, and you're good to go. So there's actually one thing I forgot to add to the soup, which is enoki mushrooms. But since this doesn't take long for them to cook, I'm just gonna plop them onto the hot soup and it'll just cook as I'm eating it. So it should be fine. Yeah, let's just plop it on here. That should be good. All right, so final product, the soup. We got some rice. We got all of these side dishes. Oh, let me just call my mama real quick. Do you wanna see what I made, Mama? Look at this. I got tofu, zucchini, potato, and enoki mushroom. Do you wanna say hi? Say hi! Just say hi real quick. Okay, see ya. Alright, so I'm just gonna like put the mushroom into the broth so it actually like cooks a little bit. But I think what's unique about Korean cuisine is like all of the small like side dishes and small portions. And all of the side dishes have like a different flavor profile. The vegetables are nice and tender. It's just very like comforting, probably because like I grew up in this food. But it also tastes very like, I don't know, very wholesome, very healthy. Get a little bit of the rice up in there. Also, if you guys don't have like a rice cooker to keep your rice warm, I would highly recommend like batch making it in a pot and then freezing it once everything is cooked. Because if you stick it in the fridge, it's really not gonna last long. Plus the texture is really gonna get like mushy. And then let the steam kind of like dry off and evaporate a little bit, and then close the lid. Then you can freeze it, and then I just nuke it in the microwave for like 4 minutes. And yeah, like I mentioned, it's just so like hearty and comforting and nutritious and wholesome. I think next time I'm gonna add some like white beans and some lentils. But yeah, for this time I just wanted to keep it like as traditional as I could. All right, so now I'm just gonna finish up my food and I will catch you guys when I eat my next meal. All right, so we can't do a full day of eating Korean food without eating some Korean snacks. And I'm not talking about myself. If you're able to walk out of the Korean grocery store without picking up a single snack or beverage, I commend you, because I clearly do not have that self-control. Let's start with the beverage, because, you know, I'm sure you guys have all heard of like Milkis, which is that like fermented milk beverage that's very popular throughout Korea. But this is like a rice beverage. I know, sounds kind of weird. Don't know if you guys can see it, but there's actually little like rice particles in it. I don't know. I can't even describe it. It tastes like sweet rice water. I'm not doing it justice. If you guys are at the Korean grocery store, look for that yellow bottle. Look for the little rice flakes at the bottom. All right, so let's get on with the actual snacks. First, we got some home run balls. As you guys can see, it's in English. This is a chocolate puff pastry, and that's exactly what it is. And then the inside, there's a tiny little bit of milk chocolate in there. Now, I have no idea what it is about these home run balls, but it's so like, it like literally melts in your mouth. This entire container I could finish in one sitting, just because of how like quick you can eat it. It literally dissolves in your mouth. That's how like light the pastry is. Next up, we got another pastry looking thing. I think Koreans really like their pastry. It's like a biscuit. You can try to break it in half, but I just this is chocolate hazelnut, so it tastes different than the previous ones. And it goes so well with just like a nice cup of black coffee, because it does have some sweetness to it. All right, and here's the final snack. This one is coffee flavored, but they're all kind of quite similar. The only downside is that these are individually packaged. Like, are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Do you know how much packaging that is? And I can finish this once again in one sitting. They are individually packaged. I think it's supposed to be good for like portion sizing, whatever. Doesn't work for me. Just check that out. The craftsmanship, the attention to detail. Honestly, I can confidently say that Asia has way better snacks, like chips, beverages, ice cream. Like when I was in Korea, oh man, the 7-Elevens there and like the convenience stores, just rows and rows of like different things. And they have so many like peach flavored things. And you guys already know that I'm an absolute slut for peach flavored things. Anyways, so freaking good. These snacks are on a completely next level. Highly recommend you guys try them. Other than that, I will catch you guys when I make my next meal. All right, so for the final meal, I'm gonna be making a kimchi stew. I'm actually making it quite a bit earlier just so that I can use some of the daylight. This is the big boy that I am working with today. I got this at the Korean grocery store for 20 bucks. Should last me about a day or two. Now for the stew, you wanna use a bit more of an aged kimchi because the longer you leave kimchi, the more it like ferments and the more kind of flavor and sourness kind of develops. So you don't really wanna use a fresh kimchi because the fresh kimchi is good for like side dishes, get that nice crunch, nice fresh feeling. Wow, I am sounding like a culinary chef. Have you guys seen that iconic kimchi slap? I'm just gonna loosely chop it since it's already pre-chopped. All right, let's add this. So once again, if you have that kelp stock, you want to add that here as well, but we are not about that anchovy decutting life. Also keep in mind, although this dish is mostly vegetarian, kimchi usually has like a fish sauce and anchovy paste in it. So I know some grocery stores, and my Korean grocery store specifically, has a no fish kimchi, which is fully vegan. So just make sure you keep that in mind. So once your stew is bubbling, we're gonna put in some salt, tiny little bit of sugar. We're gonna do a heaping tablespoon of Korean hot pepper paste. We're also gonna use some Korean hot chili flakes or whatever chili flakes you have lying around. Now normally you would add in some like fatty pork, like pork shoulder or pork belly, but I'm gonna add some tuna today, which is also quite popular. This has been marinating in some hot pepper paste, which is gonna be delicious. And then yeah, you just want to let this simmer for about 15 minutes so all of like the flavor mingles together and the kimchi becomes nice and tender. But then after that, plate it up, serve it with some rice, you're good to go. I'll sprinkle of green onion. Ooh, I'm just gonna take a bit of my rice, dunk it in the soup. It's definitely like polar opposite from the soybean paste soup. Like this is like spicy, bold, sweet, savory. The other one was like very just like a little bit more muted. Man, I am really sounding like I know what I'm talking about. I actually don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just eating my rice cold from what I microwaved in the morning. I just kept it in the fridge and it's honestly perfect. Honestly guys, I never really realized how simple both these recipes were because they're just like one-pot recipes. You just need a little bit of like specialized ingredients, but I'm sure you can find it online. Jasper, are you sad that you didn't get a lot of screen time? Huh, buddy? Hey, I promise we'll show you more in the next vlog, okay? Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. That was a full day of eating Korean food. As you guys know, my channel is about being less shitty, and I think one way to be less shitty is just to experience different cultures, try different foods, and just kind of get... Jasper? Jasper, are you done? As I was saying, one way to be less shitty is just by trying new things. So yeah, give it a go. Why not? Other than that, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and remember to be less shitty. Thanks, guys.